WISE swept the sky for heat. Hundreds of millions of stars showed up. The thing we were looking for did not. The system works. That is the problem. It moves across the galaxy, collecting faint traces of warmth from more than 560 million objects, building a map so complete it should expose anything unnatural. Stars burn where they should. Dust glows where it should. Every signal fits. Nothing extra, nothing artificial. If a civilization is using massive energy, it has to release heat. That heat has to go somewhere, but it does not show up. The scan finishes clean. The result is 0. That should not happen. If something big is out there, the sky should look different, but it looks normal. WISE keeps going, pushing into denser regions, scanning clusters packed with billions of stars, places where large systems would be impossible to hide. The data fills in. The pattern holds. Still nothing. The search gets wider. The silence gets wider with it. We expect at least one break in the pattern. One place where the heat does not match the stars. It never comes. The system is doing exactly what it was built to do. The sky is giving a clear answer. If advanced civilizations are using energy, we should see the waste heat, but we do not. That leaves one outcome. The scan is complete. The signal is absent. And the more we look, the more that absence holds. WISE zooms into individual galaxies. The glow sharpens. It looks perfectly normal. Each one lights up with structure, spirals, dense cores, long arms packed with stars, heat spreading exactly where gravity says it should. Nothing spills over, nothing breaks pattern. It looks right. That is the failure. Some of these galaxies hold over 100 billion stars, entire systems stacked on top of each other, more energy than anything we can imagine using. If something large is happening, it should show here. But it does not. WISE holds on one galaxy, then another, then dozens more, checking for any region that burns hotter than the stars can explain. The images come back clean, every time. No excess heat, no signature. If civilizations exist at scale, they should leave waste heat across entire regions. But these galaxies glow only as physics predicts. That breaks the rule. We widen the view, stepping back from single stars to entire systems, expecting the pattern to crack under scale. Instead, it locks in tighter. The bigger the target, the cleaner it looks. This is the shock. The places that should be impossible to hide anything are the easiest to explain. Nothing leaks, nothing escapes. We start to adjust the idea. Maybe large energy systems are rare. Maybe they do not work the way we expect. But the system does not change. WISE keep zooming. The galaxies keep answering. If something is there, it should appear at this scale. It does not. The search gets larger. The result stays empty. And now the absence holds across entire galaxies. Now the search slows down. Scientists stop looking at the sky first and start building the thing that should be seen. A star goes in the center. A shell of machines surrounds it. The machines collect the light, use the power, and then dump the leftover heat back into space. That heat has to leave. A Dyson sphere cannot eat energy and make it vanish. If it uses starlight, the waste heat should come out somewhere else. but the model only works if that heat is visible. That is the trap. On paper, the signal looks clean, around 300 Kelvin, warm enough to stand out from cold space, cool enough to look nothing like a normal star. It gives WISE a target. Now the absence has a shape. Scientists can point to a galaxy and say, if this is happening there, the glow should shift, the color should change, the heat should pile up in a way nature cannot hide. It should be detectable. But the rule carries a hidden demand. It assumes advanced civilizations leak heat in the way our model expects. It assumes the output is there, bright enough, simple enough, and sitting in the exact place WISE is built to notice. Confidence rises. That makes the next result worse. If the model is right, then the evidence should already be waiting in the data. If Dyson spheres radiate waste heat at that temperature, WISE should have seen the glow. But it has not. The explanation gives us a clean way to search. And that clean way points back to the same empty sky. WISE finally catches something strange. The signal is real, but it has no identity. A patch of infrared light rises out of the data, warmer than the space around it, shaped like the kind of waste heat the model told us to expect. For a second, the method works. Then dust takes over. The glow spreads through clouds that can stretch for thousands of light years, filling whole regions with natural heat that looks too close to the thing we wanted. The target does not vanish, it blends in. That is worse. If the heat comes from technology, it should separate from the background. But it matches dust. WISE can see the warmth. It cannot prove the source. The clean search breaks right there, because the same color that could mean a civilization can also mean ordinary material drifting between stars. A signal enters the screen and the label falls off. No clean fingerprint, no confirmed detection. This is the shock. We thought the problem was finding enough heat. Now the problem is that heat can lie. The galaxy keeps glowing, but the glow no longer points in one direction. Dust fills the frame. Stars feed it. Natural physics copies the shape of the artificial signal. The method collapses. WISE is still working. The data is still coming in. But now every strange patch has to be pulled apart, checked, challenged, and usually handed back to nature. The search does not get darker, it gets less trustworthy. If the signal is real, the system should tell us what made it, but it does not. Certainty breaks into pieces. We are no longer just missing the answer, we are losing the ability to verify one. WISE finishes the full sky. The catalog fills up, and every confirmed source is natural. That is the final collapse. The strange patches get checked. Dust. The warm galaxies get checked. Stars. The bright regions get checked. And the same answer keeps coming back. Not technology. Across billions of stars, the system keeps producing absence. Not one confirmed signal survives the test long enough to become evidence. If advanced civilizations are out there using power at massive scale, at least one signal should hold, but none does. The failure is no longer a missing object, it is the pattern. WISE does not leave us with one clean discovery. It leaves a sky full of reasons why each possible discovery falls apart. That is what makes it hard to escape. At first, the silence could be temporary. Maybe the scan was too broad. Maybe the targets were too messy. Maybe the heat was hiding under dust. Then the full analysis closes. The silence stays. Every time the system gets a candidate, it resolves into something ordinary. Every time the search gets larger, the result gets less human. No confirmed civilization, no artificial heat excess, no signal that belongs to anyone. If the method works, the sky should eventually produce a trace. But it produces only absence. And now that absence is not empty space anymore. It is the only result that keeps surviving. WISE completes the search, and the universe does not answer with a hidden empire. It answers with stars, dust, and heat that belongs to nature. Nothing else holds. The silence is no longer waiting to be broken. It is built into the result.